All right, family, it's your brother Asad.
And I'm Adrian.
And we are back again with another quick video. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notifications bell so that you will be notified. Oh, let's start it over. All right, family, it's your brother Asad.
I'm Adrian.
And we are back again with another quick video. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notifications bell so that you will be notified when we drop new material on this channel. Secondly, in terms of housekeeping, I got to give a special and a significant and a peculiar shout out to my South African family for all the love you guys have shown this channel. My wife, myself, my children, we greatly appreciate it. So there we are. Bam, 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 just like that. Bam, 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 just like. So it's a beautiful Sunday morning.
You want to show the people?
Let's where we sitting at. So we all sitting over here by the little main park in Kyalami. Look how beautiful.
Beautiful. What do you say?
Look how beautiful.
Beautiful. It's a nice day. It's starting to look wintry.
Yeah.
In these parts. You know, that sun is tucking in clouds.
Yep.
Starting to look like winter here.
So we jumped up, said we're
day
going to take us a little walk. We walked up to the coffee shop. There's a coffee shop here. Y'all want to know the name of it?
Take a guess. Go ahead, guess. Nope, that ain't it.
No, that isn't it. No. Starbucks? No. Why complicate things? It's called The Coffee Shop. We ain't coming up with no extra names. It's The Coffee Shop.
They don't have any comp in here.
Yeah, so why have to distinguish yourself? We just The Coffee Shop.
The coffee shop.
But anyway, so we had a interesting Saturday.
Yeah.
Because today is Sunday.
A great Saturday.
Yeah, we had a meetup with shout out to Brother Greg. It was his birthday. I don't know if y'all remember Greg. We interviewed him on his channel.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Celebrating his birthday.
Some time ago when we interviewed him. Must have been a good year and a half.
Yeah,
but he's been in South Africa. He's an African American from Pittsburgh, I think. Yeah, but I think it's Pittsburgh. And he's been here for a couple of years now, maybe 4 or 5 years or something like that. And maybe even more. Because we realized it's like 2023. And shoot, we almost a year.
Yeah.
Come August. Or July, actually, come July.
Yep.
So, anyway, so we had this meetup and there was a whole bunch of people. Like maybe about 30, 40 people. African Americans, South Africans, everybody sitting down, laughing loud, talking loud. So it wasn't my meetup or the meetup that we do, but it was a meetup, you know? Anyway, so we had us a good conversation and some things that we noticed about African Americans. Because, we're meeting other African Americans that we haven't met before. And so we sit down talking, having conversations with them. And it's like, finally we realize that, oh no, we are a legitimate ethnic group. Or a tribe, right? Maybe we have a legitimate ethnic group and then some of us are same tribe. If that makes sense. That makes sense? Like, African American, you can't really see it when you're, how did you say it? When you're in the U.S.
I don't remember.
You can't,
yeah. In the States, you don't really think about it like that.
Right.
I don't know.
It's just like,
There's always this, how they always say Black Americans, are looking for identity and you're trying to reach back to Africa to connect yourself to a particular ethnic group in Africa and la 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 la. Right. And we are an ethnic group.
A whole ethnic group. And you if you look at the historic commonalities, the religious commonalities, the raising and rearing of children, the foods and the relationships and the meaning and the significance of those relationships. You don't see it in the U.S.
You don't see it.
Because it's just like, oh, this is how my family did it, but you don't recognize that, or maybe my family or people who grew up around you or whatever have you. But when you come out here and you're meeting people who are not from your area and you really realize how much there is cultural continuity, cultural connectivity, and ethnic practices within the African American community. You see it when you're outside of it.
Yeah.
They say, we're not a monolith. Yes, we is. Y'all voted for 98% of y'all voted for Obama. What more could monolithic than that. Yeah. So we, but anyway, it's just something we noticed as we were talking. Then,
and it's very nice too. It's nice to see it from the outside, looking back in.
And when I say that some of us are tribes versus just part of the same ethnic group, and I don't know if that's really how that's broken down, but that's how I'm gonna define it today. Like some of us have even more in common.
Yeah.
Right? More like, I don't know, like
if you're New Orleans people.
Easy.
It's their own
world.
Y'all are y'all's own thing. That's a subset set apart.
Set apart, yeah, it is.
From the rest.
Yeah, ain't nobody do it like we do.
Food culture's different.
Language
everything
is
different. How you celebrate things is different.
It is. But if you talk to, there are New Orleanians who have been in New Orleans like for, their family has been there for 300 years or 250 years. And then my parents came, they're from Louisiana, but they came, like their families and stuff didn't come until later. And they came from the country, right? Rural. Y'all call them rural. What most people call rural, we call the country. I'm talking about they have one, if they have a red light.
Yes.
If they have a red light.
One robot.
Any place with a main street is country. This is Main Street. And they just give it numbers. Main Street,
and
this
Main
is
Street
Second
has
Street.
Buildings that's been sitting there empty since the town actually had something going on.
Yeah. Like my parents, my mom in particular, they come from the country, like the rural areas. And I mean, like...
Alexandria's country. I don't think so.
It's not country in 2023, but in 39 when my mama was born.
Not down to Mississippi country.
Yeah, it was rural. My mama picked cotton. What are you talking about? Don't try to tell me about my mama. That's mama. That's mama. Mama picked cotton. And that's real. See, check it out. I'm telling you the honest truth. My mama picked cotton.
Yeah.
Imagine that. People think that's like something foreign and whatever have you. No, that was... Yeah. But anyway.
The country.
Coming from that, they was really, 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 really poor. Like, they used to... My mom and... I would hear my mom talking with her siblings and whatever, talking about Christmas time growing up, and they would get like all the other kids, or maybe a kid would get a football or a basketball or a baseball. They would get oranges and apples. That was their Christmas gift. At poor. Glad I don't live like that. Shout out to them for getting us out of that situation. Jesus.
Shout out for the trauma that propelled them to do better.
I'm looking at my mom.
Might as well be any other day if you're gonna get that for.
If I'm saying
this damn holiday.
Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with this. That make people leave the church. This is what I get. All this being good all year and I get an orange. I'm going to sell dope. I'm going to sell dope. But anyway, man. So those of us who had country parents, like if you grew up in the city but you had country parents, like parents who came from like the rural areas,
we have a lot in common.
Lot in common.
My best friend from college, I think that was one of our like most like points of connection when we met. Stephanie?
Yeah.
She had a country auntie that raised her.
Yeah.
And we used to clown and laugh about the things that our parents would say because it was so similar.
Yeah. That's how you and I met. When we met in school, we used to walk around and talk and be like, oh, your mom and daddy said that too? Oh, wow. Didn't realize that we were both been traumatized. Yeah, country black people raise their children differently. Yeah. They raise their children differently. They ain't come from nothing, so they ain't look. It's hard work and butt whippings. It's hard work and butt whippings all day. That's all they know. But
what is it? Black eyes and bubble gum?
Oh,
that was my daddy's thing.
Yeah, that's all.
And they fresh out of bubble
gum. Yeah.
got nothing for you but black eyes and bubble gum.
Yeah.
What is this saying?
And
it's like the pot to piss in saying. What is this?
I didn't have a pot to piss in nor a window to throw it out. Well, why would you throw it out the window? Make that make sense. Y'all ever heard that saying? We didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out. Well, first of all, why would you piss in a pot? I'm just saying, I'm gonna ask my daddy one day, why wouldn't you just go in the grass outside? And then why would you take it and throw it out the window?
Hit dog will holler.
No, that would make sense. If you throw something out there.
But why did that become the saying though? It's like,
I don't know.
The hit dog will.
But the hit dog will holler. Look, you hear him hollering right now.
Dogs.
I hear a dog hollering right now.
Which one hollers? Say.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so
got off subject.
Always. So I'm trying to rest my arm on this thing. You already know I'm.
Oh, you don't saw a little copy. Can't Adrienne hold
No, she
Let
can't.
me hold this.
No, you want to hold it? Go ahead. Your arm will be hurting. Your arm will be hurting. Oh Lord, thank you, Jesus.
Are we too close?
Huh? Yeah.
Oh no, this ain't gonna work long. But okay, we'll do this for a while.
Like we about to take. What was those photos? Glamour shots. But anyway,
Okay.
So we noticed that we are an ethnic group, and then there's tribes within inside this ethnic group, and that's what you noticed yesterday. Like some people we were sitting down talking to, like, oh yeah, we had something in common, and then others, like the old boy who was talking about how his daddy took him on vacation with a sack of coins. Yeah, I was like, nah, that's your daddy was country. Yeah, he was real country. Yeah. This man said his daddy took the family on vacation, and he had saved up coins in a bag. And when they got to the hotel, he started pulling out quarters, nickels, and dimes and started counting. That's $1. And I was like,
it made the children help. Y'all down here help me cut the coins.
Man, listen.
Couldn't have put it in the little rolls, then.
You could have took it to the bank and said, look, I want to cash it in. That's what they got the banks for. They do that. That's their job.
He said something my people would say. The money spent the same.
Yep.
It's money.
Yeah. Well, there you go. He tried. he tried. But yeah, man. So what else is going on out here in these South African streets? So we were having another interesting conversation because there was another mass shooting in the United States like 2 days ago. Well, that's every day.
Right.
Every day there's a mass shooting. And really we joke and we play about it when you think about like how many people in the United States have been traumatized by mass shootings. Like last year there were like I think it was the beginning of this year. It's way too many mass shootings. 160 something mass shootings, 170 something mass shootings in the first couple of months in the US. And it's like I was having a YouTube discussion going back and forth with sisters, and it was all respectful, so it wasn't like you ignorant, nothing like that. We're just going back and forth. We had a difference of opinion, but she said, but the killings in the U.S. usually happen in the hood, and my problem with that language is that number one, that's not true. These mass shootings are not happening in the hood, right? They happening at the grocery store, at the mall, and churches and schools, right? And secondly, so what if it happened in the hood? Them people lives still valuable too, huh?
Right.
Like just because it happened in the hood, it's like, oh, well, that don't matter. No, it matters. That's still violence. There's still a child who lost a mother or a father or a friend or a cousin or uncle. There's still a mama who lost a baby. Yeah. There's still people who are traumatized. There's still old ladies who are afraid to sit on the porch because they have gunfire and warfare going on in the community. So it's not like, oh, it's just the hood. But it ain't just the hood anyway.
Yeah. And it'll spill over if you don't check it.
And guess what? Black Lives Matter. If it is the hood, Black Lives Matter. How about that? But anyway.
The violence has gotten out of control, though.
But we were having this discussion about the violence in Johannesburg and how violent South Africa is. So for those who follow the channel, a few days ago, maybe about a week and a half ago now, I posted a list of 50 cities with a murder rate, because that's the main one, right? The murders, right? A murder rate that had 50 U.S. cities that have murder rates higher than Johannesburg, because you got to compare cities to cities. You start comparing countries to countries, the numbers all off. It's 300 some 80 odd million people or 300 plus million people in the United States, compared to 65 or 55 million here in South Africa. But when you look at city to city comparisons, there's literally 50 cities in the United States with a higher murder, as many of these cities have double. Like Johannesburg murder rate in 2019, the last year I was able to find statistics, was 31.9 out of 100,000. 31 individuals, 31.9, almost 32 individuals out of 100,000. New Orleans is like 68. So that's double. 68 out of 100,000. And places like East St. Louis, well, shout out to Ron in grade 8, Red grade 8, and the regular St. Louis, East St. Louis and St. Louis, they up there, 67, 68, Washington, D.C., all of these. So when you look at these 50 cities, all of them are the major metropolitan areas in the United States where most people live. Right. People don't, the population in South Dakota is sparse.
Right.
The population, Minnesota got some, because you got like,
Minneapolis.
Yeah, you got Minneapolis, but you got like South Dakota, North Dakota, Iowa. Them places ain't got nobody. Them places ain't got no people over there. Oregon. When the last time you met somebody from Oregon? I mean, if you met them, they drove a Subaru.
Ain't that the truth?
It's the truth. They drove a Subaru. Yeah.
They love Subarus up there.
Yes, indeed. But hold on, your arm good?
No, my arm's good.
Oh, you're
strong.
I
found the perfect rest spot.
She's strong.
I think you try to hold it out too much, I got my elbow rested right here. We do need a selfie stick though. The people
we gotta get it. Yeah, we gotta get it, because you can hold it right here.
I'm looking crazy at the same time. I wish y'all could see. I'd be like, why are they standing like that?
Well, look, they don't want to fight. But look, see, that's an American. They're ready to go. Or maybe that's a New Orleanian. Anyway, but yeah, so there was, when you look at the cities, I mean, it was Philadelphia, all of the major cities, Houston, Dallas, Atlanta, obviously New Orleans, but all of these cities where people stay, Oakland, California, Los Angeles. So again, when you look at the places that are actually populated by the most Americans, it's Eastern Seaboard, the West Coast, and down south. That's it. And the Midwest, what they call it, Chicago. Oh, Chicago. Chicago kill up a war full of people every weekend. A whole war every weekend. So when we talk about the violence, it had in Johannesburg, that's what I'm telling you guys. It's propaganda. Not that the violence is not real. The violence in Johannesburg is real. Yeah. But the Western media will make you guys think that Johannesburg, I'm talking to South Africans as well as African Americans, they will make you think that Johannesburg and South Africa is just totally just outrageous. But you guys, African Americans, are living in cities that are far more violent. Yeah. Right? And we know that you can live in a city and never be affected by it. Right. You see what I mean? Right. Like, or you could live in the outskirts, like you could live in, they got an area called Metairie, which is not so new. It's a suburb of New Orleans, right? It's like the northern suburbs here. Jefferson Parish. But it's like, they don't have to worry about murders in their community. Now in the city, yeah. And that's what people talking about the hood. But then again, New Orleans, we're not talking about, like, if murders are just happening in the hood, then New Orleans is a whole hood. Right. And that's just not the case. Whole city. It's just not the case. Not
like you can just stay out of the south side. Stay off the west side.
No, it's the whole city. And it's nice neighborhoods, middle class neighborhoods, or whatever have you, all of that. If you look at the maps where homicides happen in New Orleans, it's over the entire city. Right. So there's no like, oh, well, I live here and I'm safe. No, you're not. You in danger. Grab your gun. That's what I did.
You in danger, girl. Molly, you in danger, girl.
Yeah, I grabbed my gun. I used to walk around strapped up every day. But look, so the propaganda is that Johannesburg and South Africa is so dangerous. And let me repeat, I am not minimizing the violence in South Africa and Johannesburg. But if we are going to look at the statistics, because data matters. Right. If we are going to look at the statistics and say, Johannesburg is dangerous, then what is Atlanta? Then what is D.C.? Then what is New York? What is Philadelphia? What is East St. Louis? What is Chicago? What is Houston? What is Dallas? What is Tucson? What is Los Angeles, New Orleans, Oakland? Because all of these cities, plus more, there was 50 of them. All of these have a higher murder rate than Johannesburg. So if Johannesburg is dangerous, then what are these places?
And South Africans, if you say you're leaving because of violence, you may not want to go to the United States.
Move to Oregon. Move to Oregon and get you a Subaru. Yeah, that's about the only place that you're going to be straight.
Oh, you're going to hate that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to tell you right now. That's not where you want to. The militias are heavy in Oregon.
And go there. Go to Oregon.
But good luck with that.
Go to North Dakota. No, I think it was North Dakota or South Dakota. One of them. That's where the KKK was founded, or something like that.
Yeah.
Or one of the earliest chapters.
Watch the weather too, because
oh my God,
you've never felt cold like in those Dakotas.
Yeah. I've never been to the Dakotas because it's only like the population of African Americans are like 2%, literally.
A lot of nothingness.
Yeah.
Lot.
But anyway, that's the idea that we were having.
But you know what's interesting though is the conversations that we were having with the African American community here yesterday. They were talking about how much better they feel. Like one lady said she has high anxiety in the United States, and that just, it becomes manageable when she's here. You know, the veteran brother was talking about how he feels more at peace here than in the States.
Combat veteran.
Yeah.
Say, I feel better here than over there. This brother went to a Marine too, so he ain't no punk. He said, well, look, I'm going to South Africa. It's safe over here. He's combat
they did what
veteran.
we did. They burned the boats too.
Facts.
Sold everything.
Facts.
We're like, we out.
I remember Miss Hart.
Yeah.
She was saying she sleeps better over here.
Yeah.
I think it was him or was it Miss Hart or Mr. Hart?
I think it was Mr. Hart.
Mr. Hart said that. He's like, you know, it was because he said I had problems sleeping in the States. He's like, now I sleep better, you know.
Yeah.
And
there was a sister last night that said her blood pressure has gone down since she's been here. She's always had high blood pressure. It's hereditary. But she was like, since I've been here, it's gone down.
So I have to say this. And here's another example, family, of one of the reasons why I think African Americans feel better, in particular in South Africa, or on the continent in general. But let's talk about South Africa. I was pulled over Friday night 3 times in one night. 3 times by South African police in one night. I said, this is outrageous. This is outrageous. Me, Red, and Ronnie, grade 8 Red, and Stacy, we went to Rockets, right? And we left out of there about 12 o'clock. And as soon as we turned on to, I think that's Main Road. I think it's Main Road. I don't know the name of the street. But as soon as we turned on there was a police stop, right? And I think they're trying to catch people leaving Rockets drunk, okay? But as soon as they pulled us over, cop comes, he's smiling, number one. I'm not feeling any, man, do y'all know, like, how hard your chest starts to beat in the States when the police pull you over, especially as a black man, right? And like, I ain't gonna lie, sometimes when, up until they killed Tyree, what's his name? Tyree Nichols? Like, in New Orleans, when the cop would pull me over and there's a black cop, I'm like, all right, cool. At least I know he ain't about to trip. You know what I'm saying? But then Tyree Nichols happens and it's all black cops beating this brother to death. But so anyway, but here I got pulled over. He come up to the car, he's smiling. Already, if I was nervous, if I was feeling anything, that disarmed me. You know what I'm saying? So how you doing? You know, where you guys coming from, whatever. And he said, do you have your license? So I showed him a Louisiana driver's license, right? I ain't got no South African driver's license, you know. I showed him a Louisiana driver's license, and he said, you guys are from the States? I'm like, yeah. He's like, now here's the difference. He just what he told me. Here's what he told me. I have never seen an American dollar. Yes, I would love to see an American dollar. And I'm like, well, I ain't got no American dollars.
You should have pulled up a picture on your phone.
I said that.
Well, let me show
This is
you
what it looked like. It got an old white man on it with a wig on.
So
Yeah, they got a pyramid on it. That don't make no sense. Oh, all right.
That's enough of that.
All right, yeah, your hands started to hurt, soldier. I got you. So anyway, so once I told him I didn't have anything, that was a wrap. He was like, okay, he didn't pressure the issue to try to. I know he was looking for a little cold drink, but I was like, I ain't tripping. But he didn't pressure the issue because I didn't have any cash. None of us had any cash.
Dollars?
No, not even dollars. If I had 20 rand or 30 rand, I might have gave him, said I got some rands, but no, I didn't even have that. All I had was my card. So now I dropped Stacy and Red off. Ronnie, not Red, his wife. I'm talking about Ronnie, grade 8, Red, grade 8. I leave. I know the children said they was hungry, so there's a McDonald's on Main Road in Kailami, right? Off of Main Road. So boom, 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 boom. I go to the McDonald's, come back out. As soon as I turn back out to get onto Main Road again, the guy right there, he was doing like this with his flashlight, telling me to pull over. And in front of me, there's other cars that have been pulled over and other police officers pulling over these people. So again, now the only feeling I'm feeling now is aggravated and irritated. I'm not feeling afraid or nothing because I'm just aggravated. I'm like, damn, I got to go through this whole asking me for money again. So now I'm in the car by myself. I got the food on the thing. The dude come up to the car, police officer. He's like, yes. I said, man, yes, officer. I'm just coming from getting me some McDonald's or whatever have you. And he said, you're from America? I said, yes, sir. He's like, oh. And he asked me what I was doing here, basically, why I'm in South Africa. I said, I work at Vitz. And when I said that twisted his whole attitude switched or changed. That was what I was trying to say. And I think it's because he must figure I can't, he may know somebody. This brother works at Vitz. He may know somebody. He may know, he may tell on me or something like that for trying to get a bribe. And after that, he's like, oh, okay, well, enjoy your night. And boom, he let me go. Now, like I said, there were other police officers pulling people over. So a line is created. So I have to get into this line. By the time I get to the front of the line, the police that was pulling, he pulled me over. He came in the car and said, I just talked to your boy. yeah, your boy back right there. I just talked to him. Y'all need to communicate. Y'all ain't got no walkie-talkies or nothing. Because I just talked to him. But the thing about it is that, my arm. Let me see if I can do it like this. Oh, how that look?
It's fine, but you didn't last very long.
Nah, because I had held it before.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
My arm was already tied.
Cross under and rest this on. Yeah.
Like that?
Go. Yeah.
This how I'm looking in public, if y'all could only see. But but anyway, so with that being said, I never feared for my life. And I think we were having that conversation also last night.
Yep.
Is that we have, was a bug on me?
Mm-hmm.
So you just folded it up?
No,
I thought you just folded the bug up in my shirt. I'm like, what?
Quit getting distracted, but focus on what you're saying.
Yeah, so we were having that conversation last night about the difference. Yeah, it's aggravated to get pressed up for money. That's aggravating or whatever have you. But would I take getting pressed up for money over the thought of losing my life?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm going to go to jail?
Or having to go to jail. Because that's what they're going to hold over your head is jail first. Mm-hmm. Right? And the resistance to the fact that you don't want to go to jail and you know that you don't. Many times, those interactions with the police officers may be for infractions that don't require jail. Yeah. Right? They require a summons. They require a ticket. They require, sometimes just a warning. And many police officers will tell you this. If I told y'all what I did, I can give you the stats. Right? So, but the threat of jail is often what makes people like, oh my God, they're nervous and they're running, bam, 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 bam. Next thing you know, bam, they dead. So will I take somebody bothering me about a dollar? A dollar? You want to see an American dollar or a couple of rand? Yeah, that's wrong. Bribery is wrong. That's corruption. But in terms of my personal interaction, I would take that any day over the threat that I may die in this interaction.
Right.
Any day. over the threat of my life. Yeah, I mean, I can get mad and get aggravated about it. Somebody told me next time you should say, yes, yes, I work with this. I'm a researcher, researching bribery and corruption in the South African Police Department. How would you like me to report this encounter?
Don't provoke.
Yeah. How would you like me to report this encounter? Yeah. See what he do then. But anyway, all right, man. It's been 30 minutes. We just been running off, man. Always a pleasure linking up with the YouTube fam. And we'll be back soon with another
and don't forget the next meetup.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. All right, peace.